Welcome to the final day of the Betway Premiership for the 25-26 season. Within the next 2 and a bit hours, we will have decisive decisions on who's champions, decisive decisions on who finishes in the top 8, and decisive decisions on who's relegated and who's in relegation playoffs. So, final day, black and white boots, our first watch along with you as Orlando Pirates look to achieve greatness once again for the first time in far too many a year as Buccaneers fans are concerned. With me, as always, Lali.
Hey, man. Can you tell in my face that I'm nervous?
Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I am nervous. You know, it's games like this where anything can happen.
Only 3 points is good enough.
Only 3 points is good enough. And we saw how teams can just bring the low block and just okay with a point. And Orbit Collage might just do that because a point also still guarantees them something. You know what I mean?
We got our first couple comments here, one of which is Lali, of course. And Z King SA.
Yeah.
Remember my comment when I said it's getting lonely at the top for Orlando Pirates back in 2024. Today, I'm about to ask people to bring their Stars League trophy, the first in 21 years of age.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Look, I think most of the country is rooting for you. There's far more Orlando Pirates fans than there are Sundowns fans. I think even Sundowns fans, their concentration is already on tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they're worried about
today.
They can't. If Pirates, for some other reason, draw points today and Sundown crown champions, kudos for Sundowns. I mean, it's just another kicker for tomorrow. But I mean, for me, I think Sundowns are fully concentrating on tomorrow's game.
They absolutely have to. They have enough Betway Premiership titles.
Yes.
Or PSL titles, rather.
I mean, they won it 8 in a row.
Come on.
They must just give Pirates this one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Pirates today playing against the single worst defensive opposition in the league, Orbit Collage. Goal difference is no longer a factor.
No.
Only 3 points is good enough.
3 points is good enough today.
A 1-0, a 5-0, a 7-2, a doesn't matter.
It doesn't make any difference.
Just go out and win the game.
Just go out there and win your game.
Kaizer Chiefs fans, on the other hand, might just be rooting for Orbit Collage to get a point or more out of this game.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't think any of our rivals, I mean, as Pirates, I don't think any of our rivals would want us to leave the trophy. I mean, I was having a chat with some of my friends who support Kaizer Chiefs and Sundowns, right? And they were saying they were so chuffed when Durban City held Orlando Pirates into a goalless draw. Some saying, look, they still want Pirates to win the league, but they just wanted it to come down to the final day of the season just to make it a spectacle. However, some are saying they still hope maybe Orbit can hold Orlando Pirates to a goalless draw or to a draw so that Pirates doesn't become champions because they're not going to hear the end of it. So, yeah, let's see what Pirates do today. I see the coach did not make much changes to the starting lineup of last week from Pirates' point of view. I mean, I heard the Orbit Collage coach saying that they made, I think, almost 9 changes.
It's 9 changes from the
because of some injuries and whatnot, and also there are some players that are Orlando Pirates loanee that are not eligible to play this fixture. So it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely, it is going to be interesting. It's a big, big day for Orlando Pirates all around the country. Eyes are on this fixture. Let's talk about the bottom of the log. Orbit Collage, they may still lose today and leave the pitch with a smile on their face, depending on results elsewhere.
Yeah, definitely. It's possible. It's not all said and done for them, you know. Yes, they need to get results here from this fixture if they are going to help themselves, right? But they can still get help elsewhere.
Yeah.
Who's Magesi facing there?
And elsewhere is exactly what we're getting into is Magesi are playing Richards Bay. As we said on the show last week, the thing about that fixture is that Richards Bay are already on the beach. no opportunity to finish in the top 8, no chance of being dragged into a relegation playoff battle.
Yeah.
Not much motivation there for Richards Bay. However, you hope that they remain professional and force Magesi to play their best type of football in order for them to get out of their relegation spots.
Yeah, definitely. I think all these teams does that. We saw last weekend, I was saying that for Durban City to put up a show like they did last week, it just goes to show you, look, I mean, Durban City has still had a lot to play for. However, I mean, the way they were fighting Pirates not to get points out of them just goes to show you, everybody's a professional and they'll do whatever it takes to win football games. I think for players, it's very important to win matches.
Yes, and Orbit College in particular right now, Magesi just need to win 1-0 and hope that Orbit College lose their game.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's it. That's curtains for Orbit College, back down to Musuphi Foundation.
Yeah.
So critical for both teams here. However, Orlando Pirates have the class. They have the quality.
They have the quality. Look, I mean, this is the best scoring team in the league. They conceded less goals, more than anyone else in the league. I think they've got the quality, And look, I mean, for Orbit College, it's a sold out affair. It's a big stage, Players will want to showcase their talent and prove that they are PSL worthy, right? Because there are chances that they can still get relegated. So I think it's going to be a very, very tough fixture for Orlando Pirates. But however, I think they can slightly edge my Orbit College.
Right. Having a quick look at some stream health data here. I'm going to step away for one moment.
Not a problem.
And have a look at this. Although everything seems good, anyone who's joined us on the live, if they can let us know how everything's looking on their side, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, no, the two changes, Paris changes. It's Hoto and out Hoto from last week, and then Ndaba is in for Hoto.
Okay, all looking good. My side, all seems to be fine, even with YouTube sending me a couple messages here saying that there's some sort of error. But as long as everything's looking and sounding good for you guys, that's what matters to us. And
Definitely.
we have kicked off. Orlando Pirates against Orbit College. The college boys here hosting Orlando Pirates in their home fixture, the final time. Andres, thank you so much for joining. Let the games begin.
Let the fun begin.
Yes, indeed. We will. I will be stepping out for just a moment. Lali, hold down the fort.
Thank you, my guy. And shout out to you, Andres. We appreciate your support, man. You've one of our first subscribers and you kept it until now. Let's see. Oh, man. It was an offside. Okay. Parents obviously making their intentions very clear from the get-go. It's attack. It's going to be a wave of attack after attack, obviously, for Orbit College. They're going to try and absorb all the pressure and maybe hope to catch Pirates on a counter. But with the way things are, it's going to be a wave of attack after attack for Orlando Pirates. As I was just saying, Marco, it's going to be a wave of attack after attack for Orlando Pirates, it seems.
Yeah, Orbit College, I mean, they have to defend for their lives because they also know a draw is good enough.
That's what I mean.
A draw is good enough.
A draw is good
waste
enough
some time, disrupt the play here a little bit. Although maybe I'm not being empathetic enough to Sabelo and Cormo's condition here. Maybe he did catch an elbow to the chest.
Let's see.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I'll go back to my initial reaction of that. This is a bit of time wasting and disruption just
Yeah.
to keep Pirates.
Because, I mean, it was a
Because that's
50-50 ball.
yeah, that's soft, and he's still watching the ball go out before experiencing any
Yeah.
level of pain from the contact. So
He's acting like a Moroccan.
yeah. Okay. Well, we are into the heat of the action. Starting lineups, something we haven't covered as yet.
Mm.
Having a look at that Orlando Pirates team, Lally.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at those starting lineups. So, of course, Sipo China, who has made that Bafana Bafana squad for the World Cup 2026.
And it's important to stress that that's not the final squad.
Yes, that's the preliminary squad,
There's
correct?
still like 5 players who are out of the 32 that are not going to make it.
Right.
Yeah.
So only 27?
Yeah, only
Go with?
27 go with you. I don't like that. Hey, I just feel like just name the 27 that are going. Hey, I think it just
Is 27 sufficient squad depth for a tournament of this magnitude?
look. If
Do you think FIFA should open it up and be like, listen, bring 32 players?
I'm sure they can, but 32, it's like what, 3 squads?
Yeah, well, it's 3 starting lineups, so you need 3 goalkeepers. Why should you not have 3 players in every position?
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
Yeah,
Like a maximum of 32 or 33.
I suppose.
Have 3 players for each position on the pitch.
Mm.
You know, injuries are real.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, look, away from the World Cup,
Anyway.
Orlando Pirates already dominating the large portions of possession.
And this is what we should expect the entire game, you know. You can see that Orbit College is actually pressing when they don't have the ball. So I don't think it's a team that is entirely want to park the bus.
Police with the first attempt at the line-breaking pass there. He's going to be absolutely critical.
It's going to be critical for Orlando Pirates to
today.
unlock, yeah.
And for Bafana Bafana at the World Cup.
Yeah. And the other changes for Pirates, it was obviously Moremi who did not start last season. Masangani starts from the bench, and then Mufogeng drops into number 10, so to the false 9.
In terms of changes that we can see coming up, of course, Evidence Mahopa is going to put his name in the hat for sure.
Definitely.
If there's a requirement for a goal at some point in the game. Even if Pirates are leading, Evidence Mahopa, good option to bring on in case you need to start defending set pieces.
Yeah, of course.
And an early offside call from the linesman. It's great to have you all with us here on our live stream once again. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, follow us on social media as well.
Yep.
We keep you up to date on all the biggest football action there. Right. So.
Yo, look, that's possibly there offside. It's a ground that he knows very well from the TX Galaxy days. So you know, the longer Orbit can keep Pirates at bay. I saw when Pirates was playing Durban City that the longer they don't get those clear-cut opportunities, they tend to get frustrated.
Right. And Orlando Pirates was already showing a little more urgency than they were during the week, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I said,
first half was timid.
Yeah, I was very timid. And I can tell you now, like I was saying earlier, that it does seem like there's going to be a wave of attack. I mean, you can just see the intention is very clear. Let's move forward with the ball. You know what I mean? Which was not the case last week against Durban City. They were getting the ball, getting comfortable, holding into it a bit, and then just like all the time try to build from the back.
Once again, Pirates looking to make those long diagonals.
Yes, Willie has pushed up very, very deep. You can just tell that the attack is going to be very, very, very important for Orlando Pirates from the fullbacks as well.
He's had a fantastic season for Pirates, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has a very fantastic. I wonder do you think he's going to make the cut for the World Cup? I'm sorry, we're gonna keep referencing to it because it just happened over the.
It's around the corner, and,
Yeah.
and we just got the announcement 2 days ago or a day
Yes.
ago. So for the initial 32-man preliminary squad. So yeah, why not make reference to the World Cup? I think we're all really excited for that one.
No, definitely,
to come up.
definitely.
You know, already dangerous proposition rather from the wing. Delivery comes in. Orbit College got men behind the ball. Look at that box full of blue shirts. Every man behind the ball right now. A shot from range.
And that's what you need.
Together.
Yeah, that's what you need from a guy like Mbata to be outside the edge. You know, the previous game, I think Selepe was not so comfortable because he just came on. I mean, Selepe had his first start against Durban City, so I think he was not so comfortable, and as a result, Mbata could not charge forward a lot. So I think today Selepe had a full game last week. I think as a result today, we should see more of Mbata just outside the edge.
Of course, the other key fixtures in the Betway Premiership right now, Marumo Gallants, who are currently on the same number of points as Orbit College. They find themselves still at a 0-0 deadlock with Stellenbosch. And then the absolute key fixture with regard to relegation, of course, Magesi sitting bottom of the log, currently lock level with Richards Bay. They require a win and nothing less.
Nothing less than a win will save them or help them.
Exactly. Just like Orlando Pirates, where nothing less than a win sees them leave another season completely empty-handed. I say completely empty-handed because that Carling Cup and MTN 8 was so long ago.
Yeah, it feels
it's a distant memory.
It feels long ago, but hey, it was a good season for Orlando Pirates. But
what you really need is a league title at the end of a good season, right?
To end a good season, especially when you are presented with the opportunity like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with TS Galaxy getting that final win against Sundowns, with their focus having already probably shifted to CAF Champions League action.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you were presented with 2 opportunities to grab this title. You know, you failed at the first attempt, second attempt. If you fail, I mean, I think if Orlando Pirates does not go on to lift this trophy today, it's going to be the saddest day in the history of this club.
Which is absolutely right, because a win against Durban City, even by a solitary goal, would have meant that the title is already wrapped up. Besides the possibility of a heavy loss here today, which nobody is expecting.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna be a heavy loss today. But I think
anything less than a win at all.
Anything less than a win is not good enough, and I don't think Pirates are gonna go away without a win today. I think they're charged up. You can see from the way they started this game that they are really, really pressing Orbit, who are comfortable sitting at the back.
Absolutely. Early free kick. We're 10 minutes into this final fixture of the Betway Premiership. We're less than 2 hours away from knowing if Orlando Pirates will be crowned champions of the Betway Premiership for the 25-26 season.
Yeah.
Of course, that is a dangerous tackle in many ways. I mean, that studs up into Moremi.
He's lucky he's not booked, eh?
Absolutely. Absolutely lucky to get away with that. Which brings up the question of VAR once again, is that were VAR active in the Betway Premiership as of today? I think that would have been looked at as a possible red card, which could have an impact on the title.
Yeah, that's it.
Looks like Rayleigh Mofokeng standing over the free kick. Training ground one goes awry, and another wasted opportunity for Orlando Pirates. And how many times have we said that this season? Wasting opportunities.
Bro, Pirates create so many opportunities, but the conversion rate, yes, I mean, a lot of people are saying they're highest scoring team in the Premier League, but does not take away the fact that they've created way too many opportunities that those goals should have been probably maybe double.
I obviously, having discussed this last week and a lot of that being distributed on social media from our show earlier, we had a lot of those comments of like, guys, how can you say the top scorers in the league waste opportunities? And it's like, well, I saw the perfect response to that from one of the followers of our podcast saying, Orlando Pirates should have had this league wrapped up already with the opportunities they've had.
No, of course. They should have. And thinking that
And the Durban City fixture is a prime example of that, is that when you have 19 corner kicks and 31 shots on target, or 31 shots at goal rather, you can't convert one of those.
Bro.
So that clinical edge to the game is what Orlando Pirates really need. And I think we've been saying something similar for another cross from Oswin Opolis. Dangerous ball into the box, well defended. And Pirates really pushing now. You see the shifting of the Orbit Collage defense, more and more difficult to defend against. The quality of Orlando Pirates here. And the referee once again gives a free kick from a similar area. Let's see if the training ground routines pay off better for Pirates this time. Pirates, a lot of the goals this season coming from open play, not very astute at finishing dead ball situations.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's something that they need to work on. I mean, going into the new season, because those are opportunities.
Absolutely. Looking at Bafana for the World Cup, another team that we've been very accusatory of not being clinical enough with chances. We've seen, Premier League striker, well, as of tomorrow, no longer Premier League striker. We've seen a Premier League striker in a Bafana shirt being wasteful with very good opportunities, which actually led to Bafana's exit from an AFCON.
Yeah.
However, we have to back our boys and hope that turns around, that when you do get chances at the World Cup, bury them.
You're not going to be presented with many chances in the World Cup. The little that you get, you must bury. And that's why I appreciate a team like Mamelodi Sundowns. They tend to finish off their chances more effectively than many teams, right? Like Sundowns will get 2 or 3 opportunities, and out of the 3, 2 it's goals.
Absolutely. Having a look at these lineups, and Andres, we'll get to your comment in a second. Looking back at the bench, you've got the likes of Dean Hotto, Andre de Jong, who was, quite, how do we put this? Was a substantial enough goal scorer before his move to Orlando Pirates. Of course, it's not been quite as he would have hoped the move to Orlando Pirates would have gone.
Yeah.
He won't mind much having a league title at the end of it, will he?
No, he wouldn't mind. Look, I mean, he came at the right time. He's joining a team that is well-oiled, that has got goals in them. It was a good, he was a good signing, and I think we're still yet to see more of him in the new season. Obviously, when you come into a team like Orlando Pirates, he came mid-season, right? It's difficult to claw your way into the starting 11. I think he's got the preseason and the new season to prove himself. But there is a quality player, which I think is going to do well for Orlando Pirates come next season.
Andres, what do you think of coach including Selepe again? He played a full game in the last match against Durban City. I think he's had adequate time for rest. And, Coach Wadu sees these guys week in, week out.
Yeah.
But he's faced a lot of criticism for his selection policy over the course of the season, hasn't he? From Orlando Pirates fans.
Yeah, and we can only hope that the reason that he has included him is because he can see. Because and again, Marco, there's a lot of things that we don't see. Players, people were saying maybe should have fielded Makaula the previous game, and we don't know the full fitness of Makaula. He could still be not injured, but not really match fit, according to the assessment that they have, because they spend time with these people. They do all of these things. So I think
dangerous opportunity here for Orlando Pirates. It falls off the post and a goal kick. And once again in the 25-26 season, and boy, oh boy, if there's someone that you want that opportunity to fall to this season, it's really Mofo King.
Definitely.
He hits the post on its way out. Yeah. The boy is a superstar. No, let's absolutely not get anything mixed up about that.
No.
But this was an opportunity for an early-ish goal for Orlando Pirates. It's fallen to him so wonderfully. He's tried to pick his spot and he puts it narrowly wide. You can't get any closer than that, to be fair to the young man. And
he had ample time, Flipping out.
Once again, that XG stat for Orlando Pirates gets bigger and bigger, and the goal margin simply hasn't followed the XG stat to the extent that you would hope for them to really wrap up this season. Once again, goal kick to Orbit College as we see another player down getting treatment.
I think we're going to see a whole lot of this the entire game, try to slow down the tempo of the game when you get under pressure. So, look, I mean, I think it's part of, I know you hate it.
Look, I'm a hypocrite right now because I don't really mind this professional level of it. And my issue that I had with AS4 was the dramatics of it. Just the absolute naughtiness of it,
Yeah.
you know, is that the blatant disregard for the rules. This is a slight bending of the rules, right?
Okay.
Is that you have to be allowed to get treatment, etc., like a Jose Mourinho-esque type of play. But you won't have seen a Chelsea side doing what AS4 did against
No.
my Melody Sundowns. So that's sort of my stance on that. I did get butchered a little bit in the comments for my perspective on AS4. Oh, a goalkeeper taking chances, going down.
Flipping out. He's not gonna.
And it is a free kick.
Yeah, he's gonna stay down.
Very important. To be fair to Orbit College, super important for them to disrupt the game because Pirates have had their first very clear-cut opportunity of the game. They've been pushing to create that opportunity. And goalkeeper nearly makes a mess of this. Nice bit of footwork, not too bad.
Yeah. I think Butuma was also quite... he was not even touched.
He hasn't even touched him. Andres, viewers, people in the comments, what do we think about VAR coming in? Because this is, okay, there's a slight touch, I suppose. So that wouldn't go to VAR review for a dive or anything along those lines. Not that a dive changes anything substantial there. It's not a penalty call. It's not a red card.
It's not. There's nothing.
So VAR wouldn't have a look at that either. However, I mean, that's a small amount of studs on the boot there. Surely this is playing up. I mean, you always want to give players the benefit of the doubt, don't you? But
you can tell you can tell what they're trying to do.
Yeah, this is part of that game management that they're looking to achieve. And of course, these players want to be in the big time again next season. Yep. They don't want Magesi to have the opportunity to see off Richards Bay and have themselves in the playoffs of the Betway Premiership with the likes of Cape Town City who are looking to find their way back up. You'd rather be in a playoff position than immediately relegated, of course.
Look, you know my stance with this relegation playoffs. I mean, I think a team that finishes 15th should just bounce. What are they still giving? What are they still doing in playoffs? But anyway, story for another day.
Yeah, I quite enjoy the format of the English Premier League.
I think they should just...
it makes sense when you've got 20 teams, and we know how unsustainable the financial model is in South African football. So, you know, to be fair, it's not an easy solution to make.
Oh, look, Marco, I'm all for just number one, get from NFD, just get automatic promotion. 2, 3, 4, battle it out.
Right. So 16th position relegated immediately. 15th position relegated immediately.
Yeah.
If you finish first in NFD, straight up.
Yeah.
If you finish second, third, fourth, and fifth, you enter into a 2.
It could be 4 teams even, yeah.
Yeah. Then you've got 2 semifinals and a final.
Yeah.
Speaking of a final, there is a playoff final happening today.
Yeah.
From the English Championship.
Oh, yes.
2 teams meeting at Wembley. And no, it's not Southampton because of Spygate 2026.
Yes.
Middlesbrough will be... a deflected cross gathered by the goalkeeper. This will count as another opportunity for Orlando Pirates. Missed, however, you can't blame them for not being clinical here. It is a cross that is defended well and converts to... Perhaps you can call it an attempt on goal. Oswin Napoli's getting fouled in the midfield once again. A lot of fouls in this fixture so far. Across the rest of the games in the Betway Premiership today, Sibulele with a 2-0 lead against Sekhukhune United. Oof. The tremendous fall of Sekhukhune from the first half of the season where they had incredible momentum and good result. Opportunity now for
How
Orlando
unlucky is
Pirates.
Yanela Mbutuma? He always get into those spaces, but he can never really like get going in terms of goals. Poor guy.
Yeah, you feel for him there because it's actually well defended.
Yeah.
You know, this is lost.
If it's not well defended, it's hitting the post, or it's not. Yeah, it's one of those. But I think he's definitely one for the future.
Yeah, maybe he's got that skill that you can't teach of being able to find those little pockets of space, etc.
Yeah,
and he
and
just
also,
needs to
I
improve
mean,
on the finishing. And
he presses, he helps the team defend. He does all of those things that the coach requires him to do, you know.
oh, beautiful piece of skill to get round. Opportunity now for Orlando Pirates, and Orbit College get enough blue shirts back to defend it. Orlando Pirates picking up the ball in midfield once again, an opportunity. His first touch lets it go wide, and again, too many blue shirts in the box. However, some of those Orlando Pirates forwards not doing their support team any favors with their positioning there. I found them overloading the back post a bit too much, whereas there's an opportunity to pick up the ball a little nearer to the front post. Beautiful piece of skill there.
Beautiful. I mean, he had Moremi like off the balance there.
Right. So, again, elsewhere in the Betway Premiership, it is what 7 consecutive games happening at the same time. You got to love final day football.
Definitely. Look, final day football is exciting. It's just a pity that other teams are not participating due to the obvious reasons of CAF, Mamelodi Sundowns CAF Confederation commitments, but it would have made an interesting finish of the league. You can just look at the ball position. Oof. I mean, I don't think Super Chain has done anything so far. Not Orbit has not even attempted anything. But however, they are not as good with the low block as a team like Durban City was. The Pirates are finding those gaps, those pockets in their final third, and I think it's just a matter of time before they unlock that defense with a goal.
And then the onus will be on Orbit College to then attack. And find their way back into a position where they can get something out of this game, which will free up the opportunities for Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates do enjoy playing against a team that comes at them a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where they strive the best, you know.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of pace in the forward line, and then a lot of ability to find passes like this. Oswanapolis misses the header. Another golden opportunity. I don't see an offside flag, and he looked onside to me. No, that was a flag as it stands. That's a golden opportunity because he's missed the flight of the ball. In the position he's in there, it looks like there may be a bit of sun in his eyes. He's definitely onside. Maybe a bit of sun in the eyes there at the stadium, but that's a golden opportunity for a player of the quality of Oswanapolis. Yes, he's not.
He doesn't have the height
in scoring headed goals, is he? But he does have the quality to change that. Now Orlando Pirates back to building from the back against Orbit College. What is the ball possession? That's a good question. We can only imagine it's extremely high in the favor of Orlando Pirates. I don't have ball possession stats.
We'll check it now.
Available right here, but it has to be at least 66%, 2/3 of the possession with Orlando Pirates. You know, they have controlled a large portion of the ball, and a foul given.
How so?
That's an obscure one. Although the Orlando Pirates players don't seem to be too irate with the referee, they're just prepared to get on with it. But that's a strange decision to me. That seemed like a fair challenge for a 50-50 ball. Once again, Pirates strong in winning possession back. They've done that very well so far in the game.
Definitely.
When they do lose possession, they don't allow Orbit College to hold on to the ball for very long. Hence why I believe Andres' question is such a good question. What is the possession stat right now? I don't have my stopwatch on me. I can't tell you that myself.
No, I mean, the ref, it seems like he didn't bring his cards, eh? Oh, finally.
First yellow of the game.
Yeah, no, look at that.
Distributed. I mean, that is as blatant a breakdown of attacking play as you're going to see. He's done for on the pace. That first touch gives Moremi the spring in his step to get ahead and get past the play. He's brought down. First yellow card of the game. Disamelo there. And having to defend in that wide left position where Orlando Pirates like to focus a lot of their attack. Defending there with a yellow card now can make the rest of this game difficult as we approach the quarter mark of the final game of the Betway Premiership this season.
It's going to make his life difficult because he's dealing with somebody who's always going to take him on when he's got the ball, right?
Absolutely. Orbit Collage with a clearance.
Yeah, look, they're not happy to. Yeah, they're not worried about keeping the ball, you know.
Yeah, the thing is, how long can they sustain this? As it gets more and more frustrating for Orlando Pirates, it will serve them well, of course. A 0-0 is enough for them to secure their position for now in the Betway Premiership.
Ooh, what a 10 by Mbata there.
Deep delivery. Past Oswin Polis, back to the back post. Polis with a touch. And perhaps the pass was on there for Moremi. He chose to try to take on the defender.
And then he was supposed to just release the ball there.
Yeah, absolutely. And
those, I mean, those are fine margins, but those are the chances that those are the moments that brings you chances to create something, you know, out of nothing. I mean, he just went to the opponent with the ball there.
We're approaching kickoff for Hull City versus Middlesbrough at Wembley, where the winner of this fixture will be promoted to the Premier League. Of course, the controversy there is that Middlesbrough lost their playoff fixture against Southampton. Southampton getting disqualified from the playoffs for being found guilty of spying on a Middlesbrough team training before their playoff semi-final fixture. And
but what were they thinking?
Look, and to do that level of spying so poorly, I think that it is an adequate punishment. However, perhaps you should just let Hull City go straight through.
Yeah.
You got to feel for Southampton fans because I don't think that it made any difference. Southampton was just the better team. And whoever made that decision within the Southampton camp to say, let's go and see what Middlesbrough's training is looking like right now.
Because as professionals, the first 10 minutes of the game will tell you how you're gonna be up, how the other team is gonna be playing. You can still make changes in the halftime, or you can make changes whenever you want to within
and as if you haven't seen enough Middlesbrough football over the course of a 38 game, it's more than 30, 40, what is it, 42 games in a season?
There's enough games.
Yeah. So as if you haven't had enough of data on Middlesbrough and how they play their football to go and spy like that and get your team disqualified from the playoffs, they would have been 90 minutes away from returning to the Premier League. And now they find themselves looking down the barrel of another championship season.
No. They're not, they didn't appeal or anything.
Well, they have no more opportunity to appeal because the game is today. So normally these sorts of decisions come over the course of a longer period of time. However, now the decision's been made and there's no longer an opportunity to appeal because of the timelines. So Southampton fans who've bought their tickets for today's game, booked their hotels, booked their trains, etc., will have to either go there supporting Hull City or stay home and have lost the money.
Yeah, what a sad situation.
Very sad situation for fans of Southampton. And of course, we have a lot of affection for Southampton Football Club. Of course, we've seen them play in the Premier League for a very long time in recent years. They were a stalwart of the Premier League and now they find themselves in a second season in the championship. And the longer you stay down there, ask Sunderland how difficult it is to get back up. Opportunity here for Pirates, and that's an opportunity for a strike at goal. Trying to set up the fancy flicked pass there, but sometimes you just got to shoot. Take the snapshot.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper is pressing up. It makes
I
it
don't think
difficult.
his angle was perfect. That's why he had to opt for the back heel.
But surely you can strike it with your right foot and just get a shot on target. He has a great golden opportunity wasted once again from Orlando Pirates. Moremi, that is the best opportunity of the game so far.
And it's
such a poor finish. That is such a poor finish. It's a tremendous ball from Oswin Apolis. And Moremi will be hanging his head in shame if Orlando Pirates don't go on to secure this title.
He peeled off so
Onside,
nicely.
beautiful pass, beautiful run. And I mean, you just have the keeper
the goalkeeper
to beat.
did not do anything
You even have a square ball there for a tap-in open goals. That is the biggest wasted opportunity I think I've seen all season from Orlando Pirates. And there's a catalogue building. Another opportunity. He gets there ahead of the goalkeeper. A goal kick or a foul is given in Cornwall. He's been a busy man so far.
He's been a busy man, and it's something that we expect. I mean, like I said earlier, it's going to be wave of attack after wave of attack, and I don't think Orlando Pirates are utilizing their opportunities here, Marco.
Oh, definitely not. Corner kick given. My apologies for being incorrect in that one. Ball in from Moremi. Just a pile of bodies in the box there. Orlando Pirates going all in, not feeling very vulnerable for the counter-attack to Orbit College rather. And why would you feel vulnerable when that's the sort of counter-attacking Orbit College has got on offer today? Diagonal ball to Apolis, beautifully played. Oswin Apolis trying to create the space for a shot.
Why
does
is he
get the
not...
shot off, but there was an opportunity for a cross into the box there at some point, surely. Gets a shot on target, not the greatest strike once again.
Not the greatest strike. I don't understand why he's trying to do everything by himself. It's things like that are frustrating to watch. And we saw it against Durban City when the goals were not coming. They're starting to do those kind of things, just wanting to shoot from everywhere. You can't. Try and build up an open space.
The best news for Orbit College so far today, besides keeping the clean sheet thus far in the fixture, Magezi still locked level and unable to open up Richards Bay as yet. So as things stand, Orbit College will remain in the Betway Premiership with an opportunity to complete their survival through the playoff process with two teams coming from the Motepe Foundation. Those two teams have already been concluded. It is Milford and Cape Town City. Those are the two teams that find themselves in the advantageous position of being able to play off into the Betway Premiership. Cape Town City and Milford both finishing level on points with Kruger United already promoted. Cape Town City, Milford, what are your thoughts on that one? One of them coming up, both of them to stay down. Milford had a great cup run. Keswick Stars, who narrowly missed out on this promotion playoff position. They also had a great cup run in the Nedbank Cup. Does that aid Milford in terms of coming off the back of what's been a good season for them? Do they get to take their opportunity against the likes of an Orbit College who, if they are to lose today and Magesi don't win their fixture against Richards Bay, they'll find themselves playing off?
Yeah, look, I think for me, it's one of those things where you ask yourself, can those two teams match up with a team that has been competing at the highest levels in Orbit College? Yes, they're finishing 15th, but there's definitely a gap between the two leagues, right?
Absolutely.
So I feel like Orbit College already have an advantage if they go into the playoffs by virtue of being having been playing in PSL. So, but again, Cape Town City, it's got some experienced players, and they're campaigners they've been campaigners for a while, and I tip them to come back.
Oswanapolis with the ball across, and he doesn't find that necessary gap between the defense and the goalkeeper. Easy gather once again. Orlando Pirates knocking on the door, knocking on the door, knocking on the door. The house does not come crumbling down just as yet. However, do feel like the goal is coming, isn't it?
Yeah, look, but again, if they can stay cool and calm under this pressure, I think, yes, the goal definitely might end up coming. But my worry is that Pirates players tend to get frustrated and tend to do things just for the sake of doing them. Like we saw in the game against Durban City, that they started just shooting from everywhere else. Right, I think they need to keep calm and just work on the plan and try to open up this defense, because I don't think this defense is any solid.
As things stand right now across the other fixtures, Chippa United lead against my team, Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs, I guess there's more focus for them on who their next manager is going to be.
Look, I mean,
finishing off the season strong. Their position's guaranteed. You're either finishing third or you're finishing third.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter today's result. However, at home in Moses Mabhida Stadium, because we know that's to be a tremendous home ground for Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes, it's absolutely Chiefs. Every game, it's a home game for Kaizer Chiefs, except for FNB,
except for their home ground.
Yeah, they fill up this. If they go play outside, it's filled up. It's filled up, and except at home.
But at Moses Mabhida Stadium today, an opportunity to say goodbye to Chiefs fans and leave Chiefs supporters at least feeling like they've got a good feeling. They've got CAF Confederations Cup to look forward to next season, a third place finish, which is far better than their ninth place finish of last season.
Yeah,
from what I remember.
Look,
you should be winning that game to say goodbye to your fans, right?
Definitely, it's an easy game for them to win, and they've been doing very well. And the coaches, let's be honest, I mean, I think they've stabilized the team, and that's why a lot of people are asking if they're gonna stay. And I'm like, look, I mean, if they stay out, I wouldn't be surprised, because I don't think they've done too bad, right?
Look, to be fair to Chippa United, they before the kickoff today were still vulnerable to falling into that playoff position technically. However, it was a rare circumstance that they would have fallen into that. It would have required Marumo Gallants and Orbit Collage to both win their fixtures and to lose to Kaizer Chiefs, which is unlikely to happen. Once again, blue shirts back for Orbit Collage. Game's getting more and more frustrating as there's a goal kick with the ricochet coming back off Sibilebele. Oh, and the corner kick is given.
Yep.
Incorrect decision on the replays. However, opportunity.
Oh, poor corner kick. Very poor.
Moremi is going to have a tough night sleeping this evening if Orlando Pirates are not crowned champions in the next few hours.
Yeah, because he needs to switch on. I mean, you can't be making such kind of a mistake, Marco. Play it short if you can't.
Agreed, Andres. Your Moremi, it seems like some Pirates players are nervous. Nerves in a game like this, Lally?
Yeah. And we're getting all the opportunities. I mean, again, it's just frustrating, bro. It's frustrating. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, to create so many opportunities in the first 30 minutes of the fixture, as we start approaching half time, the 41st minute, it maybe tapered off ever so slightly, but Orlando Pirates still pushing for a goal.
Yeah.
They'll be disappointed to go 0-0, and they might be having flashbacks to Amstel Arena from this past weekend and thinking to themselves, gosh, have we actually got this in us to go on and win this league?
Yeah, I mean, the longer, like I was saying, the longer it stays like this, the more Orbit Collage are going to be gaining confidence. You will see in the second half, if it's still 0-0, there'll be a moment where they're going to start pushing Orlando Pirates a bit, and maybe Orlando Pirates can capitalize on that. But I can tell you now, if it stays like this, it's advantage Orbit Collage.
Absolutely. Orbit Collage, once again, a draw is enough for them to stave off immediate relegation.
And they get their first corner.
And their first corner of the game at the end of the first half.
Imagine they score from this.
Orlando Pirates, the pressure would be absolutely on, and then they would just, Orbit College will have the opportunity to sit even deeper. Their first corner of the afternoon, Moremi with that third corner for Orlando Pirates, now kicking the ball straight into touch.
It doesn't look like they're interested in engaging because I don't think they want to get caught. Do you realize that? Like, they're not like pushing many players
There's
into
only
the
5
box.
players up.
Yeah.
They've got defensive cover. Let's see the quality on the delivery. Good delivery and an opportunity, and that is so close. That's the
Very
closest
close.
we've come to a goal in this fixture. Orbit College with a tremendous opportunity from the set piece. And that just shows you the dangerous position that Orlando Pirates find themselves in.
Yeah.
Having not taken the 2 or 3 great opportunities they've had already, Orbit College are not only still alive in the league, but very much alive in this fixture. And they could just snatch the win and find themselves completely clear of playoffs as well.
Yeah. And the more you give them those set pieces, the more you're giving them an opportunity to upset you. Because they're not going to upset you from the from open play. It doesn't look like they've got in them to do that. They just want to sit back and hope for those set pieces to come their way and try create something out of that.
Once again, 2 balls on the pitch. Orbit College fans seem to be throwing balls onto the pitch to disrupt the play, although there's a lot of black and white shirts in that crowd. I'm not so sure there's a lot of Orbit College fans. This is more a home game for Orlando Pirates than anything.
Yeah, no, obviously, but the people who are managing everything from the touchline is definitely Orbit. You know, the ball boys who are collecting balls and putting them in strategic positions. It's definitely Orbit College boys.
Another ball to the back post. Yeah. However, not the quality we've seen in previous deliveries from deep from Orlando Pirates in this game. As we approach halftime, the scores are still 0-0 between Orbit College and Orlando Pirates. Elsewhere in the Betway Premiership, once again, to review those score lines, 0-0s mostly across the board, with the exception of Skikune trailing Siwelele at the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane, and Chippa United leading Kaizer Chiefs.
Whoa!
Moremi, the occasion might be a little too big for him today.
He just passed an opponent. Like, blatantly so. He needs to switch on.
Orbit College, very much alive in this fixture.
Yeah, very much alive.
They've just created the best opportunity of the game from a corner kick.
Yeah.
Made Orlando Pirates seem very vulnerable from a corner kick. Only had 5 players up in the box. It's not like they overcrowded the penalty area. And very nearly scoring the first goal of the game. Oswanapolis with a couple beautiful touches and Travella pass out wide. Unbelievable talent.
No, he's magnificent.
Of course, the expectation isn't on Oswanapolis to win those diagonal headed balls towards him. Of course, with his height limit being what it is. No free kick to Orbit College. They seem incensed by the decision. Oswanapolis onside with the dinked cross to the back post. Another great opportunity for Orlando Pirates. That one well defended. 2 players there at the back post defending the attack. I didn't quite see who was on the end of that delivery. But another opportunity for Orlando Pirates. Yes, good defending this time around. However, was it Mbutuma?
Yeah, it was Mbutuma.
Oswanapolis, his movement completely available. As he gets picked up, he moves sharply. Dinked cross. Okay, you can't criticize the attacker there. That is a tremendously brave defensive header.
Yeah, definitely.
Reads the ball well. And
the timing, everything was perfect.
As the sun starts to get slightly softer in this game, you might see the angle of the sun. As that adjusts, you might see the tracking of the ball become even more difficult than what we've seen so far in this fixture. with the sun in the eyes of some of the players. Once again, following up on the scorelines across the rest of the league, 2-0 up Siwelele. In the fixture we're watching, Orbit College versus Orlando Pirates, still locked level. Marumo Gallants 0-0 with Stellenbosch. Magesi 0-0 with Richards Bay. Of course, as we know, anything less than a win means Magesi goes straight down. Chippa United leading Kaizer Chiefs 1-0. Disappointing ending to the season for Kaizer Chiefs, of course. TS Galaxy Golden Arrows 0-0. And Amazulu Durban City 0-0. What that means in terms of the log. Polokwane City, if that result remains as is, they'll finish the season on 40 points, which is good enough for 8th position, as Siwelele would narrowly miss out
on the top 8.
Relegation as you were, let's put it that way. Pretty much as you were. Chippa United, of course, edging themselves ever so much further out of contention for that playoff spot. However, they would have known they're relatively safe from that. Corner kick.
Yeah,
Orlando Pirates.
And Muremi must stay away from that corner kick.
Looks like Oswin Apolis is finding his way down to the corner flag there to take this corner kick. Orbit College feel aggrieved because of the slight push from Batuma, it seems. However, that was the slightest of nudges. I think it would have been harsh to give the free kick.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Corner kick. Delivered in. Far better. Goal for Orlando Pirates. And it's given. Orlando Pirates with the all-important goal. This could mean the title is wrapped in ribbons of black and red. Orlando Pirates, after years of the shadows of Mamelodi Sundowns, find themselves on the cusp of being the second team to win a Betway Premiership title. Orlando Pirates, Lally, corner kick. We said they haven't scored enough of these. The goalkeeper comes out, makes it easy for them. The first error in the fixture for him so far, maybe a little bit of a nudge, but you've got to be stronger than that if you're coming out. You've got to get the punch. Oh, it's an own goal. It's an own goal from the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Under pressure from, is it Mbatuma?
It's Mbata.
Mbata. Under pressure from Mbata. Punches the ball into his own net. And wouldn't you know it, Orlando Pirates lead through an own goal after carrying...
Nkomo has been very, very, very busy.
He's been a busy man. And his mistake could see Orlando Pirates lift the championship today, and it could also condemn his side to relegation or a relegation playoff spot. The halftime whistle is blown. Incensed Orbit College players, completely disappointed that the corner kick was given in the first place. You can see where those appeals lie. However, I think it's only just with the amount of play and Nkomo needing some consolation from his teammates there. As things stand, Orlando Pirates, 69 points
see some of us.
on the top of the Betway Premiership log. As things stand, if nothing changes in the second half, Orlando Pirates will be champions of South Africa once again. The long wait might be over, Lally.
Yeah, it might be over. It might be over, and I think they scored at a very crucial time of the game. It is just before halftime. You know, you go into the break energized, and I think whatever it's gonna be said in the dressing room, it's easier for you to absorb it and come out in the second half and implement. You know, as opposed to going there with your heads down, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a very, very a confidence boost going to halftime. I mean, a lot of teams hate conceding before just halftime, right?
Yeah, it's awful position to be in, and it's literally the last touch of the ball. I mean, we didn't even kick off again for the second half whistle to be blown. as we watch highlights of all those missed opportunities, Maremi burying his head in his shirt, rightfully so.
Oh,
It should
man.
have been 1-0 at the very least
Look,
at that point already.
he's one player that I think is quality, but I think for a game of this magnitude, he needs to. I think a coach needs to speak to him to say, just relax, calm down, and if you can't do it, your teammate will do it for you as well. So don't put too much pressure on yourself, because I think he's beating himself too hard right now, and as a result, he's making a lot of mistakes. You can see.
Well, if there's anyone on the pitch who would have needed that first goal to come in before the halftime whistle, it is Maremi. It might just calm him down for the second half. We're aware of his quality. We know the sort of player he can be. And hopefully the nerves are shaken off a little bit for Orlando Pirates. I say hopefully. To be honest, I'm reluctant to say hopefully. I am a Kaizer Chiefs fan after all. However, the neutrality
you are
I also
objective.
feel. Yeah, exactly. The neutrality I must feel means that I think most neutrals are just looking forward to someone other than Mamelodi Sundowns lifting the Betway Premiership title and wearing the crown.
No. Look, the general feeling is that, though I must say, like, a lot of Kaizer Chiefs fans do hope that Paris does not win. I think it's more comfortable for Sundowns because they've done it a couple of times, right? But if now it falls to Orlando Pirates, some of Kaizer Chiefs fans, they're saying, nah, they actually want Paris to win. But some are like, nah, it does not matter. They cannot have Orlando Pirates being champions because they're not going to hear the end of it. But hey, at the end of the day, it's up to Orlando Pirates to do what they need to do to lift this trophy today.
I think David here in the studio with us might be in my ear for the rest of the week telling me how his team Orlando Pirates have won the league.
Go, Davey.
Andres with the finally and the fire emoji. Andres, how did you feel about that first half?
Yeah, tell us how do you feel, man.
Pirates players were a bit nervy, etc. How are you feeling? I mean, you must be over the moon and delighted with this scoreline as things stand. I mean, finally to score the goal after pushing so long in that first half. I mean, we did say it looked very different to the first half at Orlando Amstel Arena last week.
Definitely. The intention was there, the tempo was there, the intensity, the football aggression. You could tell that every time when they lose the ball, they're trying to recover as soon as possible. And then when they recover the ball, that attack, it's as immediate, so you can tell that today they came back to do the business, and they know that the stakes are just too high. They cannot afford to set the foot wrong, because, you can't be presented with two opportunities. In two opportunities, 2 games to win the Betway Premiership and fail at 2 occasions. That would have just been dismal. But hey, the game is not yet done. I hope they can come back second half and just finish off the job.
It suits them perfectly. Orbit Collage have to come out and attack them now.
Yeah, they're going to have to come out.
There's no use to losing 1-0.
There's no use to losing 1-0. You have to slightly play right now. Though they might still be pragmatic, but I think the game is going to open up a bit for Orlando Pirates, and which is the position that Orlando Pirates would like to find themselves in, because they've got ball players, they got players with speed that can run into those spaces if gaps do open.
Fortunately for Orbit Collage, half-time elsewhere in the league, Magesi still locked level in Polokwane against Richards Bay. Some of the stats from that fixture, if I can bring them up. Doesn't look like I'm able to. PSL's website giving me some trouble there on that fixture.
It's not the best.
Massive 1-0 lead for Orlando Pirates, and Pirates fans will be delighted all around the country and the extended countries around the continents, those who support Orlando Pirates, on the cusp of their first league title in a very, very, very long time. Stellies and Maruma Gallants still locked level. Of course, that also has an impact on how things go at the bottom of the league. As things stand on the table, Orbit Collage still safe from immediate relegation. However, they are vulnerable to Magesi, as they are on 24 points. Magesi with a win would bring them up to 24 points, and because of their favorable goal difference, would relegate Orbit Collage today is that own goal punch from a goalkeeper who, let's be honest, has been quite good today.
Yeah.
Silly punch that's gone completely the wrong direction.
Yeah. Gone completely. I don't
Between
think
two
Bata did
defenders.
anything wrong there.
No, I think it would be harsh to disallow a goal for, moving into the goalkeeper's path. It's not like he's had any distinct foul play on the goalkeeper. He's got eyes on the ball alone. And if that's the goal that relegates Orbit College, they'll be bitterly disappointed, won't they?
Yeah, there would be. And then, just the ball position, it's 69 to Orlando Pirates, 69% to Orlando Pirates. And then shots on target, it's 3. I think, shots on target is 3, but overall total shots it's 8 for Orlando Pirates. And then for Orbit College, they only had 1 shot, and it was not on target.
It was very close to a goal, however, that one shot. It's narrowly wide and just trickling towards the net with goalkeeper out at sea. As we watch the highlights, thank you so much, Supersport, for bringing us this action. Chippa United leading Kaizer Chiefs at the, oh my goodness, completely wide open at the back post. And once again,
oh, what an open net, eh?
If you're able to get Kaizer Chiefs running backwards, there are goals available to you.
No, definitely. That Kaizer Chiefs defense has been vulnerable in most cases. We've seen them playing against Orlando Pirates, how vulnerable they can be. So, if you can just find yourself in those positions, it looks like it was a counter there if I look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely on the counter attack. Anything you can say about Cross there? Could he have marked the man on the back post rather in his position?
Yeah, I think he came in a little bit too in the mid for a player that is playing out wide. I think he should. I think he made the run without checking the player that he was supposed to track, right?
Yeah.
And he made the preliminary squad. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah.
Although I'm not so sure. Kaizer Chiefs have not had a player in the Orlando Pirates side for major tournament in the last few tournaments. Am I correct?
In the Bafana squad, yes. Yeah, no, they haven't had.
And
but I think in that, but we'll obviously dissect that list properly on Monday when we do our normal show.
Absolutely.
But I think definitely Peterson, I think, is going. I think it's going to be Ronwin Williams, Peterson, and Chain. I don't think Gauze has done enough to warrant the final cut.
Look, that's 3 good goalkeeping options for Bafana Bafana. Certainly some squad depth in that preliminary squad.
Yeah,
that we've seen. Yeah. Any names that stuck out for you that you feel should have been in the list and aren't going to the World Cup?
I wouldn't say, bro. Like, I just feel like the coach, has got a lot of talent in his disposal, and we're always gonna have our favorite. Like, Libonisema for Orlando Pirates has been playing week in, week out, and he's been stellar. Pirates, its defense is one of the best in the Premier League, right? But he's not there. So you look at those things and you're like, it is what it is. You've got a guy like Grant Kekana as well. I know he had some mistakes in the past, but Grant Kekana has been coming back nicely. We saw him in the semi-finals being very, very instrumental in keeping Mamelodi Sundowns in the game. So a player like that, you ask yourself, could he have been there? Yeah, I think he could have been there.
How do you feel about Themba Zwane coming back to Bafana's side?
Look, he is a quality player. Is he still got a lot to offer? I don't think he's got much still to offer. I think
his best playing days are behind him.
His best playing days are behind him. But sometimes, for the World Cup, you do require experience, right? And players that have played at the highest level. And like I said, Mamelodi Sundowns has got those in numbers. Your Themba Zwane has been there. And you can just hope he adds value. But let's see. He might not even make the final cut. We don't know. But I don't think if it's a player that the coach does not pick, I'll lose much of my sleep over it.
of course, on Monday, we'll be discussing your team in English football, Manchester City,
Yeah.
having lost out on one of the greatest managers in Premier League history. Let's be completely honest, Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, no, he's massive.
What is it? 8 titles over the past 10 years that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
been there.
Yeah.
You know, he's only missed out to
Klopp.
Arsenal and Liverpool.
Yeah.
One on a slot title,
Yeah, and
one Jurgen Klopp title in 2020.
and I think
And
Leicester. Yes,
was he there already?
I think it's
at
the first
Leicester?
season that he came. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So a host of Premier League titles, a treble amongst those successes, several FA Cup wins. I think it's 20 trophies in his tenure there. Tremendous achievement from Pep Guardiola, and he will be missed. Although, as a Man United fan, I'll be happy to see the back of him.
Is it confirmed though?
It is confirmed, was announced yesterday
Okay.
in his press conference. So he will be leaving, and Enzo Maresca to replace him, it seems.
Well, look, it's he
you
worked
can't
with
judge a man for working for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
No, of course. Let's see what he brings to City. Maybe he can just elevate their game. You know, look, let's be honest. Pep has done tremendously well for that football club, and I always say a good dancer sometimes know when to leave the stage, right? And it does appear that in the past 2 seasons, he has sort of struggled to rebuild, and many will attribute that to other personal stuff that he's been going through. But I think you get to a point where you've grind everything that you can within yourself and the environment that you find yourself in, and there's not much that you can give the football club, not because you're not a good manager, just that you are exhausted. You have finished up everything that you have in you, right? And I think that is just the case with Pep Guardiola. I mean, the past 2 seasons, has not been great in terms of the league. Yes, this season he bows out with a double, but I don't think it's what he would have wanted. And yeah, he has struggled. And also, there's a whole lot of changes that were happening in the team, right? You're Kevin De Bruyne, one of your best to ever do it, living. It's been hard for the man, to rebuild. But I would have hoped that he could give us one more season.
Yeah, well, we will get back to Premier League action. We've got our own Betway Premiership matters to focus on right now. Andries, first half, I knew that Pirates would be all over Orbit. Moremi didn't have a good first half, that was clear. And the chance he missed, at least, they finally got a goal.
Yeah.
Nervy first half for the almighty Buccaneers.
Yeah, no, not a good first half for Moremi, and I would just hope that he could just switch on in the second half, because he's a quality player. He can cause a lot of problems for defense, and I just want him to just forget about the first half and just come out and just exert himself more.
Some moments of consolation from the substitute bench that came to celebrate that opening goal with them. You saw a slight focus on Moremi getting a couple hugs and a couple rubs on the head there to say, hey, listen, lad, keep your head up. Well
that's
done.
What you need.
We're leading. We're going to win the league.
Yeah.
Relax.
That's what you need. That's all you need, especially from senior players as well. You just want to uplift the guy. And the GNU players have felt today we are lifting the cup up. We're lifting the cup up. Where would you lift it?
End of the road for Orbit. Wow. And then an Arsenal jersey. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, Arsenal fans, just leave it.
Yeah.
We know you won the league. It's fine.
Yeah.
Come
okay.
on.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's focus on Orlando Pirates for now.
Bro, we still got to be subjected to them playing Champions League. Yeah, I hope PSG can pull a number, hey?
I have no hopes in particular for that game. Whoever deserves to win it deserves to win it. However, I do have an expectation that the PSG side is a better football team than Arsenal. And with Arne Slot saying this week, I mean, take his words with a pinch of salt, of course.
Yeah.
But we kick off again for the second half as Orlando Pirates kick off and look to, opportunity closed down immediately, and a free kick for Orbit College right off the break. Is it a free kick for Orbit College?
I don't know.
The players don't seem to be moving up.
It's
No,
not.
it's a foul on Orlando Pirates
Okay, let's see if
defender.
there's a foul.
Let's have a look. No foul for me.
No, there's nothing there. There's nothing. This is the player I was talking about, that has been very great for Orlando Pirates. But hey,
doesn't seem to find that slot in the Bafana lineup.
Yeah. Yeah, this kind of mistake happens. I mean, the reason sorry, and I'm digressing back to the Premier League, right? The reason we found City find themselves in a situation where they're not winning the Premier League is because...
Sorry to interrupt. Opportunity for Orlando Pirates once again. And it breaks down as Orbit College get enough blue shirts back, as you were saying.
Yo, I mean, Mark Gay made that one mistake against Everton. And the floodgates were open. And the title is gone. So I think that's very important for players to switch on, But you can see that I don't think Orbit College they don't seem interested in pressing Orlando Pirates.
Not just yet. I think they'll wait another 20 minutes or so until it gets desperate to score a goal.
Yeah.
I think it suits them better to keep this game at 1-0 and frustrate Orlando Pirates and perhaps get some tired legs in there. However, there is a player down for Orbit College, and sportingly, the ball is kicked into touch to let the player receive some treatment.
I just hope Orlando Pirates that they don't see this one goal as I don't know how to put it, but I just hope they don't take it as like that.
Complete secure, done.
Complete secure and done with the league.
There's still 45 minutes to go.
And a lot can happen, Marco. You have to continue where you left off and be more clinical, and you can't set a foot wrong. You can't now relax and hope that, as we see some dignitaries, it's a big day for Orlando Pirates today.
Speaking of big news from Magesi versus Richards Bay. Magesi have scored as PSL's website crashes. Everyone trying to see the scores right now. Boy, oh boy. As things stand, Orbit College need a goal because they are getting relegated as things stand. So thanks to a Magesi goal.
And definitely the news would have filtered now.
Sure, I'm not seeing it refresh on my side once again. PSL website has now crashed. So we'd have to switch over to that game in order to confirm that. I'm reluctant to, as there is still a lot to play for here, particularly for Orlando Pirates, but Orbit College.
Pressing Orlando Pirates a bit more, just getting them under pressure. Because they can see that it does work. Pirates players tend to make mistakes if they get under pressure. So I think Magesi is gonna capitalize on that. A good ball from Bata finds Butuma, another own goal.
And there we go, 2-0.
Yeah.
For Orlando Pirates.
It seems like an own goal. I don't know if Butuma touched that ball.
And that's all that Orlando Pirates really need right now.
Yeah, I think
this could be the league wrapped up.
Yeah.
I think it is another own goal, 2 own goals to win a league
and
title.
you know what the story is gonna be like on Monday.
Yes, I know exactly what that Orlando Pirates bought this game. Yeah. But surely there's not enough money in the world when you're facing relegation.
Yeah.
I understand that narrative when if Orlando Pirates were busy playing against someone like TS Galaxy, who are safe.
Let's see.
It is an own goal. Yeah. Oh, it's an awful own goal.
Yeah.
And Orbit College finishing in their own net far better than Orlando Pirates have been able to. But Tuma, once again, the pressure player.
Let's see the play. Oh, no.
It's an own goal. Completely.
Didn't Bet hit Mutuma?
Yeah, but even if it does, it's an own goal. It actually doesn't touch him at all. Now, that's another own goal. How devastating for Orbit, especially seeing that Magesi lead. I am struggling to bring up that fixture. I might just change the channel and have a look this side.
Yeah.
However, only coming up for me is the Maruma Gallants game. Of course, that has its own connotation of relegation, but less important than, of course, that Magesi fixture. And there we are, Magesi versus Richards Bay, channel 951. And indeed, confirmed, Magesi lead 1-0 against Richards Bay. And that has now changed the context of relegation once again. And just as Magesi get that goal, Orbit College go and concede the second against Orlando Pirates.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the news obviously is going to filter. You know, they're going to have to keep their cool there if Magesi, they're going to try and get back to
at least give themselves the
15th.
opportunity.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep their cool and manage the game well. It's unfortunate that Orbit players find themselves in a situation that they find themselves in, you know, playing with a team that is pushing for a
title. Yeah.
For the title after 14 years. So
really unfortunate. Once again, website's not updating, but Orlando Pirates lead Orbit College 2-0, which of course puts them in the most critically beautiful position on the last day of football, with nothing Sundowns can do but watch and hope. And another opportunity wasted.
How do you miss
as
that?
Soon as it falls
Murem is not having a good day today.
Oh, he's having an absolute stinker of a day.
What is that?
And you wouldn't be surprised to see him dragged off the pitch at any moment.
No, it's getting into those critical positions, which is good for a player. You want that. But flipping hell, he had ample time there again.
Goalkeeper mistake. You should be finishing the game off there. Rele Mofokeng with the ball across the danger zone. Goalkeeper should be doing better in clearing that from danger. Gives Moremi a golden opportunity, which he skies. That's the second golden opportunity.
I'm saying to you, Marco, an opportunity like that, he even had time to trap the ball and just place it, right? And these are players that are going to the World Cup, Marco, which is what worries me.
Absolutely. And
you understand? At that level, you can't be making such.
No.
Do you think a player like Messi, Vinicius Jr., when they find an opportunity like that, oh man.
Yeah, let alone Messi and Vinicius Jr. You know, your first opponents are Mexico, with a Premier League striker in their ranks and a Premier League striker who's been proficient in scoring goals.
Yeah.
Great piece of skill. Once again, Orbit College get enough shirts back and pushing to win possession back. It just doesn't seem to be Orbit College's day.
Yeah, no. It could not have been that day today, you know, given the stakes and all of that. I think they came into this game hoping for one thing, right?
Magesi to not win.
And a draw for them,
right? Magesi continue to lead against Richards Bay. Orbit College staring down the barrel.
And they're 2-0 down now, and they are still approaching the game the same way that they were in the first half. So I don't know what they're hoping that could change. It's just a matter of time until another goal comes in.
Well, if they aren't putting it into the net themselves, they might just be spared by the Orlando Pirates strikers, whose finishing boots don't seem to be on once again. And I feel justified in this in some ways, where I say that Orlando Pirates aren't clinical enough. And I still believe that to be completely true. You're wasting too many good quality opportunities. And
I agree with you.
And like you say, vast majority of their Bafana squad is made up of Orlando Pirates players. And if you're not taking these good opportunities at the World Cup, could be an early exit for Bafana. And that's something that none of us want to see.
Yeah. No, I think at this point in time for Orlando Pirates, I'd like to see some changes. I think a guy like Mahupa needs to come on for Yanel Mbutuma. And I think Moremi can go off, Masanganye can come in, and then Mofokeng drifts to the side, and Masanganye can play that in that position behind the striker.
Andres has a lot of sympathy for Moremi. I feel for him too. It's not been a good performance. It's tough to have a tough day at the office.
It's tough.
It's tough.
Look,
and our criticism of him is not coming from a place where we lack empathy or anything. I feel for the boy as well.
And do you think, the mere fact that the preliminary squad is out and the players that have been selected still face fears of being chopped could have an added pressure to this game as well for a guy like Moremi?
I think
I'm just giving an example.
I think a World Cup definitely puts extra pressure on players, right?
Hmm.
You know, I think they all want to be there. And
Sure. How many substitutions? 5.
five substitutions from Orbit College.
Yeah.
They have to go for this.
Yeah.
They have to go for it. I wonder how many of these changes are like for like and how many is a change in formation when you're making 5 substitutions all at once.
Changing the entire complexion of the game.
Absolutely. And look, the manager's probably made the right decision.
Yep.
You can't continue in this vein. You
Yeah, 'cause I
know,
was
you
saying,
can't
man.
place your hopes on Magesi conceding. Orlando Pirates in a tremendous position right now. They must be feeling all types of confident. Poor back pass there, but gathered easy enough and no pressure on the ball as Orbit College fall back into shape. They really need to press high up the field.
Yeah.
You know, there's no point in having a low block.
Not at this point in time.
Not at this point
It doesn't
in time.
help your situation. I mean,
No. If you lose by 4 goals here, but give yourself a chance to draw level,
yeah.
you know, you've at least given yourself a chance. As things
Oof.
stand, you're not giving yourself any
That's
chance
a
at all.
beautiful touch, man, by Mufokeng there.
The boy is a star.
No, the boy is a star.
Obviously, the closest to scoring a goal in the game that is intentional, of course, has been really Mufokeng striking the post in the first half. And, you know, he doesn't have to play under any level of pressure. He will be in that Bafana squad, won't
He's
he?
one of the players that we can confidently say is guaranteed a spot.
Yeah. Right now, though, for Bafana fans, the condition and injury status of Aubrey Modiba, that has to be top of our minds, isn't it? Once again, Pirates building up play slowly from the defense.
There's a little bit of agency from Orbit, but I don't think it's good enough to cause any upset for Orlando Pirates.
No, as things stand,
no.
Orbit College staring defeat in the eyes.
They're looking at the barrel. What do you say, Marco?
They're looking down the barrel of the Motsepe Foundation. Yeah. It's a sad place to be for a professional footballer. The last thing you want is to be relegated.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Some of these players may have aspirations of playing for other teams in the Betway Premiership and find themselves at the loftier heights of some of the bigger teams. Skakune United have pulled a goal back against Siwelele. That game now at 2-1. Siwelele is still pushing for that top 8 position in hopes that they can qualify. However, because Polokwane City have played all of their fixtures, they will not be dropping any further points, which means that Durban City is the only team vulnerable to finish in 9th position, if I am correct.
Not marked.
If I am correct, Durban City is the only team vulnerable to Siwelele, usurping them into the top 8. That is correct. And Durban City's goal difference of 0, an advantageous position for them, that even if they are to lose today's game by a solitary goal, their goal difference will still be greater than Siwelele's as things stand. Another substitution for Orbit College. And we're going to see the first change. Mbatuma, with the strike, sees it go well wide. And when you've got this level of striking power, how are you not getting closer to the target?
I worry about this youngster, Marco, because he has not been like his goal return versus his starts. I don't think, in my view, it's justifiable. And as a result, things like that tend to bury the player because he's not coming out of the hole that he's finding himself in, where he's playing week in, week out, but is not producing any goals. Eventually, Pirates might just end up loaning this ball because the coach did not protect him. You can't keep on playing him and he's not giving you goals. I think it's unfair on him. Yes, he gives you other attributes, but at the end of the day, as a striker, you are mostly judged by how many goals you score.
Absolutely. You're wearing the number 9 shirt for Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
You've got the likes of Evidence Mahopa and Andre de Jong
Yeah.
on the bench, staring at that position,
Yeah.
just hungry to come and take your spot.
Yeah, definitely. And also it destabilized the team, Marco. You know, you've played football. I mean, how do you feel? You're working hard week in, week out and in training, and you've got a player that is not even scoring goals and then he's just getting that first start. I mean, it's not right, in my view.
Yeah, it must be terribly disheartening. Moremi, his afternoon, the punishment he's been suffering
Sure.
does come to an end. And as
Look,
you
as I
said,
said-
Masangwani,
Yeah, no. I mean, it was inevitable.
yeah, that was the change that Orlando Pirates fans would have been hoping for. And then they hope that there's more of a clinical edge to the play from Masangwani if he finds himself in similar positions to what Moremi has found himself in the game so far. Orbit Collage far further up the pitch. The press is all the way on those Orlando Pirates centre backs who are forced to play it long. Throw in for Orbit Collage. Pirates perplexed by that decision.
Yeah.
However, you have to give the referee a little bit of grace there, whether or not he got that right. The position he's in, it's tremendously difficult to see where that final touch came off of.
Yeah.
Orbit now have to make something happen. They go further up the field.
Yeah, it does look like they're trying. There's a little bit of urgency.
Absolutely. And the
It's the new boost,
substitutions have definitely changed with a strategy more so than just the playing personnel. The idea now is to push Orlando Pirates high up the pitch. And Orlando Pirates defenders have to switch on for the first time in this game, let alone Sipho Chaine, who's had very little to do, if anything.
Definitely hasn't had much to do.
Once again, looking around the grounds in the Betway Premiership.
Magezi is still leading.
Magezi continued to lead against Richards Bay. Chippa United continued to lead against Kaizer Chiefs. Siwelele continued to lead against Kukune United. And the rest of those fixtures are as you were at the start of kickoff on the final day of the Betway Premiership. Thank you so much for those of you who have joined us. I believe it's just you, me, and Lali Andres at the moment. But thank you so much for joining us on this one. As things stand, we see on our screens Orbit Collage 16th position. They are facing the very real threat of relegations here today.
Yeah, no.
A slip allows Oswin Apolis to break through. He's got the pace. He gets challenged there. And according to the officials, completely fair. Clean challenge. Orbit Collage now seeing far more of the ball. They're looking to hold on to it, not just playing the ball long and out of play. They're finding themselves in positions further up the pitch. And had they started this fixture this way, perhaps there were opportunities there for them. As things stand, still only that solitary strike at goal and a foul given. Risk of a yellow card there. Unnecessary. You should not be letting that get into your head at 2-0 up on the final day.
They say in football, 2-0 is a very dangerous score, eh?
It can be. It certainly can be, but you'd prefer to be there than a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, no, of course. Just give you caution.
Yeah.
I mean, cushion, rather.
Do we see more goals in the second half?
Yeah, so I still think there's goals for Orlando Pirates. 1 or 2 still gonna come. Because now Orbit Collage are starting to open up, right?
Absolutely. It's going to create more opportunities for Orlando Pirates. And if they're just clinical, there will be more games.
And they look like they're prone to make mistakes. So, you know, they've been playing the entire game without worrying about having to keep position. Now they have to.
Let's take the opportunity to switch back over to see Magezi's fixture, of course, because that's got the greatest context on what happens elsewhere in the league. However, pressure still being applied. Oswin Apolis, how does he still have the legs in him after such a long, hard, tiring season?
Yeah.
To be pressing every ball the way he is.
Magezi still doing business for themselves.
Now have to defend a throw-in from Richards Bay. Ball comes back.
This is that stadium, the Sishiku Stadium. It's so difficult to play here. The one outside, that is, there's two. There's old Pitamgawa, which is just opposite the new Pitamgawa, and the Sishiku one that is just outside in Sishiku Township.
Magesi just keeping their shape here,
Yeah.
looking to hold this 1-0 lead that they have. Richards Bay, I did accuse them of being on the beach because they have nothing to play for.
Oh, well, they're playing like on the beach.
A little bit, aren't they? It does look like it's got a little bit of the pace of a training game for Richards Bay. You can see the quality in those players. However, the urgency might not be where you want it. And Orbit College will feel aggrieved by the fixture schedule, won't they?
Yeah.
Had Magesi played Richards Bay earlier in the season, perhaps they wouldn't be in this position of having a softer, easier game. Magesi still pushing for every ball, as you expect. They are fighting for survival. They came into today in 16th position. Do you feel like Magesi have a better opportunity of surviving against those teams? I know we had that conversation about Orbit a little earlier on. Do you feel it's the same case for Magesi? They should feel like they're favorites to progress from a playoff situation? Oh, ball through. Opportunity wasted again. Batuma.
Yeah, look, Magesi, they haven't really been good this season. I think it's Cape Town City are more likely to come back if they are to play Magesi and Milford.
Well, I was about to say Cape Town don't have a team in the Premier League anymore. There used to be two like out-and-out Cape Town teams.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Stellenbosch, perhaps the best representative for those in the city in general. But with formerly Ajax Cape Town or Cape Town Spurs, as they were more recently known, and Cape Town City, Cape Town City, the early days of the Cape Town City team, obviously being coached by a Bafana legend, might give you that little bit.
They were formidable.
They were formidable, and like I'm saying, like when you've got Benny McCarthy at the helm, it might give you just that little bit extra hope or a little dash of spirit that pushes you on to the heights that they did find themselves at in the early days of Cape Town City.
No, definitely. And look, the owners are not new into South African football. They've been in it for years, right?
Yeah, so will be interesting to see if they are able to find their way back in
with
Kruger United.
Yeah, it's not a surprise that they find themselves where they are. What a name, Kruger United.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Got some lion hearts in that team. Orlando Pirates, more long balls, trying to slow the game down a little bit themselves after Orbit College slowed the game down tremendously earlier. But now, of course, things have changed. The goalposts have shifted. Orbit College staring down the barrel of relegation. Beautiful touch. He's not able to release the ball quickly enough for my liking, and exactly what you expect when that happens is a turnover in possession.
No, definitely. Look, I mean, this is a team that didn't come here to try and hold position, and I don't think...
No.
They just wanted to come here, play low block, and hope to catch Orlando Pirates on the counter, and that is not happening. So they are forced now to play a little bit, and
Batuma for Mahopa.
Yeah.
Now, some frustration in the unwrapping of the wristbands.
Look, this youngster man has not really given much, and it's unfortunate that he still found himself in a situation where he's the preferred striker to start. And for me, it just add the pressure on the youngster. Look, he's got qualities, but you have to protect the player. And I can't stress that enough. If the player is not... Mark, if you go 7 games without scoring...
It's devastating to a striker.
Devastating to a striker. And as a player, you can't say no to when the coach say you're going to start.
Yeah, you have to want to start week in, week out.
Yes,
but
of course.
There has to be a time where the manager looks at it and says, I'm going to give this boy the relief that he needs from the pressure and give him a run in perhaps in a second half.
Yes.
And just give him that opportunity to recover from the disappointment of not scoring enough goals.
My thoughts exactly.
Long ball, once again, And with Evidence Makgopa up the pitch, that long ball looks like a tactic that may bear more fruit than it was before his introduction to the pitch. We all know just how good he is at holding up play.
No, he's very good at holding play.
Falls to Oswanapolis.
So
Overlapping
really-
ball. It's a dangerous ball into the area. Well defended once again from Orbit College. They have put their bodies on the line, to be fair to them. But they've been their own worst enemies, conceding 2 own goals in the fixture so far. However, no signs of it being intentional. No signs of it being, a pay-to-win game.
No, it can be. It can be. It's just...
As far as I'm concerned, seems like a legitimate team that's fighting for their life and just find themselves, perhaps the pressure got to them in those 2 mistakes leading to those goals, or it's just the nature. Oh, what a ball. Has to be 3-0. Great save. However, if the cross was released earlier there, you have to say that is 3-0 and goodbye to Orbit College.
Oh, what a pass from Masanga.
Tremendous ball, tremendous run. The control, you should be releasing that across the field.
It's difficult
first
to beat a
time.
keeper in a near post.
No. Look, compliments to Nkomo. He's done well to pressurize the winger and get himself closer to the ball and make himself nice and big to close off the target. Oswanapolis clearly offside. I don't know what he's complaining about there. That was clear as day to me. Orbit College defensively haven't been bad.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, very clear offside.
Very offside.
Like I said, don't understand what he's complaining about there. He had all the chance in the world to look across the line and see that he's offside. So let's see what Orbit College have left in the tank. It's been a difficult game when you're facing a side who's carried 69% of possession in the first half.
The Mariko brothers.
Oswanapolis dictating the play. That free roll that he gets at Orlando Pirates suits him beautifully because of his movement. He's a difficult player to pick up. If you expect him to have a physical bout with a single player, he's going to lose that fight, and that's why it maybe makes more sense for him to drift around and find those pockets of space, no matter where they may be. So, yeah, masterstroke from Coach Wadu, in my opinion. Give Oswanapolis the free roll and make sure that the structure comes from elsewhere in the team. Still 2-0 in that fixture, and across the grounds as we refresh our feed. No change elsewhere either. Magesi still continue to find themselves safe, securing that 1-0 lead, which will secure their safety for the meantime in the Betway Premiership. Sivilele still leads Kukune 2-1 as well, and Kaizer Chiefs have not found an answer or reply to their concession against Chippa United. Chippa United, the Chile boys, been in the Betway Premiership for quite some time now, have made themselves an ever-present.
Yeah. Look, they also went through a spell where they were just like, oh, that's a penalty.
Ball is played against his arm from very close range, but the position of the hand does suggest that that could have been a penalty.
Yeah.
However, you wouldn't be surprised to see Orlando Pirates missing that penalty opportunity as well, with the lack of scoring boots they've been wearing today.
Yeah. They're not being clinical at all, eh?
At the end of the day, none of that matters today, as long as you win the league title.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm glad Makgopa is up, because I think he had an awkward fall there. You know, when the World Cup is around the corner and you're playing these kind of games, you just hope that you don't get injured already if you are selected, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he will be selected, and I think that he is Bafana's best choice for a plan B player.
Yeah.
I think if things aren't going well for you, you look at that bench and Evidence Makgopa is the first name on the list. You say, come on, change the game for us. So, as we continue our coverage of the Betway Premiership final day.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a while until we get back to
Yeah, well, we've got Champions League, CAF Champions League tomorrow, of course.
Yeah.
But we've got Champions League action to still focus on before we bring you a variety of other content between now and the 2026 FIFA World Cup in the United States, Mexico.
Oh yeah,
and
that will
Canada.
just like lessen our boredom, eh?
Oh, for sure. You know, I always say I feel for the players, but for me, you know, I feel for the players who've played 40 plus games in a season, 50 plus games in a season, and then they have to go and play for their countries over the course of a 6 to 8 week tournament. You know, if you're one of those players who plays for Spain or Argentina and finds themselves playing beautiful piece of skill, nearly finds an opportunity, Koto,
the substitute,
who's the most recent substitute, who came on after that 5-man change for Orbit Collage. He finds
what a talent, eh?
Beautiful piece of skill. And he's asking his teammates, where are you? You know, he was looking for opportunities to release the ball. And you have to agree with him. Where were they?
Yeah. Look, I mean, if they pull one back here, there's enough time, you know, to cause an upset.
Absolutely. Well defended. Oswin Apolis on the counter attack. Holds off play beautifully. However, 2 defenders, it's hard enough to get around. Referee seems to agree that's not a free kick and not a foul by evidence. Makopa, I believe.
Yeah, that's evidence, Makopa. You know, he gives you that. You know, he disrupts play. He does all of that, you know, and
his physical presence is excellent.
Presence is excellent. You know, his height, you know, when coming to like scooping over balls and whatnot.
I find he's a player with tremendous football intelligence as well. Once again, my criticism for him in the past
has just been
finishing. His finishing ability. And we've said this on numerous occasions, at risk of sounding like a parrot. Orlando Pirates do not finish off enough of the opportunities that they create for their own liking, of course. Once again, thank you to everyone who's joined us on the stream here on Black and White Boots. We're having a great time bringing you action, and this has to be 3-0 once again. A poor touch doesn't allow him the opportunity to finish off that chance. Oswin Apolis must be thinking to himself, have I not got 3 or 4 assists today?
Yeah. What a game.
Well, apologies and condolences amongst each other.
He's worked his socks off today, actually. Apolis.
What a pass. Unbelievable skill.
Around he let it through, thinking he's going to get it. Check.
Oh, okay. To be fair, the pass is slightly behind him. Difficult. But if he was able to get at least the slightest of touches there to bring the ball under control.
Yeah, they will reduce the speed, rather.
Yeah. You know, I want to say guarantees the 3rd goal, but there are no guarantees when it comes to this team's finishing. And once again, another opportunity for Orlando Pirates. Orbit Collage, again, getting enough players behind the ball, showing some strength and fight. But time is running out. 12 minutes of normal time remaining before stoppages are added. And Orbit Collage find themselves in the relegation zone.
That's a hospital pass from Apolis.
Tired legs and tired minds could start playing their role here. It's been a long, hard season. Orbit Collage really needs to get the ball forward more, though. They're keeping possession beautifully at the moment. It's admirable football to watch, but it's not going to help them in their goal of getting the scoreline back level and surviving.
They just send it back to Orlando Pirates. They don't have confidence. You know, I don't think it's a team that came prepared to
play for goals.
To play for goals and to go forward. Just like Durban City the previous week. You know, I mean, when they've got the ball, they'll knock it around a few times and then eventually just hand it back to Orlando Pirates. They don't have like ambitions, or I don't want to call it ambitions. I think they don't have the drive to go forward. Well, it's still ambitions, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have the ambition of scoring goals and getting themselves level. And already you see the team for the trophy presentation getting themselves ready on the side of the pitch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's counting chickens before they hatch, just simple preparation work. But you see the team bringing out that Betway Premiership display.
Yeah.
Preparing themselves for the likely inevitable crowning of Betway Premiership champions for 25-26 season, Orlando Pirates, it's looking more and more inevitable as every minute passes by.
But are you convinced with Orlando Pirates today?
Absolutely not. I'm convinced with them over the course of the season, though. I think that they've, besides creating enough opportunities to have won the league already, they let quite a few opportunities slip to be in a more advantageous position than they are now. They're also in the advantageous position of Mamelodi Sundowns not being the best Sundowns side that we have seen in years in many ways. Although I wish Sundowns well in the CAF Champions League. They've performed tremendously well there and found themselves leading 1-0 at relative half-time for a CAF Champions League final. Second fixture to go. We've already got the goal in hand. Now it's time to go to Morocco and just finish things off.
Try and score early. As if Mamelodi Sundowns, because that just put that pressure on that team because they're going to have to score 3.
And with the sort of striking quality that Sundowns have on hand.
No, I think they're bringing it home, that thing.
I think so. Which gives me some relief as a Kaizer Chiefs fan to say, well, at least Orlando Pirates won the league and you're not looking at your other rivals from a town away. Mamelodi Sundowns bringing home a prestigious double of a league and CAF Champions League title. So some relief from that, I suppose. Although I don't think there's many Kaizer Chiefs fans who will delight in seeing Orlando Pirates win a league title.
No, there's not going to be many.
And another opportunity wasted.
Wasted first touch, eh?
Terrible first touch when you've got that much space and time, and that is Evidence Makgopa, who's wasted that first touch. And it's not something I say of him often, right? So you have to, once again, give him a bit of grace. He's normally better than that.
Yeah, no, it's tough for Orlando Pirates. Look, I mean, I don't think they have got that lethal number 9 that a team like Sundowns has in Lyon, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that sometimes is the difference, eh, Marco?
More seasons than not. That is the difference. And I think that's why everyone's also as shocked as they are to see Arsenal win the Premier League they have without a real prolific number 9, because
that was a good dummy.
That's normally all the difference. Evidence Makgopa not at the races today, it seems. Oswin Apolis has been the outstanding player on the pitch so far today.
Look where Makgopa is,
just tracking all the way back, trying to recover from his mistake, which gave away possession, I believe. Dean Hotto
and Danson.
Replacing man of the match for me, Oswin Apolis. What a player.
How he fought.
Created enough opportunities for this to be completely dead and buried. But, hey, smiles on the faces. They believe it's there. They have a hand on the trophy. They can smell it. They can touch it. They can taste it. Orlando Pirates on the brink of being Betway Premiership champions. How are you feeling? Wave the flag.
That's what's up.
Sit down, Buccaneer. Sit down. Pansy Buccaneer. Come on, relax. You've got 7 minutes plus.
Orbit Collage is not going to score 2 goals in 7 minutes.
No, I don't believe they are.
No, they're not. They're blue, but they're not Manchester City.
Good one. Not a lot of goals across today's fixtures here. Of course, Magesi still leading 1-0 against Richards Bay. That's all they need to survive as things stand. Amazulu have scored against Durban City, which I did say that has context in regard to the top 8, didn't I? Siwelele and Durban City locked level on points. Goal difference now is what's keeping Durban City in that top 8 position. That's a nice extra little narrative. Again,
that sums up Orlando Pirates today.
Another nearly moment.
It's always been nearly moments.
Yeah. Look, I can distinctly picture 3 tremendous opportunities for Pirates to score.
Yeah.
This game really well and should have been
buried long time ago.
At the least 5-1, because if you're giving Orlando Pirates all of their opportunities, Orbit Collage have only had 1 opportunity, let's be honest. To be fair to Orlando Pirates, yeah, you've come and you've done the business.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to do the business the cleanest way.
Yeah.
I think you just have to get the results. And
at the end of the day, you had a goal at the end of the first half, and you've limited any opportunities for Orbit College thereafter. And
that's good enough.
That's good enough. You're going to be on 69 points and win the league.
Yeah.
On the brink of a league title, Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, 5 minutes away to be crowned the Betway Premiership champions. Oof, that's a good pass. Oh.
And this is Coach Wadu's first season?
Yeah.
First full season?
First season. He came in after...
Yes, Jose Rivera.
Yeah, Rivera left. Rivera finished the season.
Yeah, finished the season second. And...
who himself hasn't had the best of times in Sweden, eh? Well, it's fallen on hard times. The team that he's coaching is not really doing well.
Give the man an opportunity. We saw the quality that he has. And I suppose he might feel that part of this Betway Premiership title is his, isn't it? I'm sure he's watching today.
That look
fondly.
Offside.
Oh,
another wasted opportunity.
Once again, evidence Mahopa. Vicious delivery into the box.
Beautiful.
He was just about on.
Yeah. I think he timed it very well.
Oh, the delivery is perfect. Evidence Mahopa should be doing better.
Yeah.
Great delivery. Slightly misjudged. He should be doing better and scoring there. And it's still only one-way traffic in this fixture.
Yeah.
And another poor strike from Orlando Pirates. We're going to be looking at these stats of this game and thinking to ourselves, how was it only 2-0? And how is it that 2-0 scoreline came from the 13 shots that Pirates have had at goal, only 4 have been on target.
Yeah, I know. It's worrying, and looking at the fact that Pirates might lose some players next season, you ask yourself, are they gonna what will next season bring, But obviously they will go out there in the market to reinforce, right?
Yeah, we expect Orlando Pirates to do that. They certainly don't have the squad depth of a Mamelodi Sundowns, and their early exit from the CAF Champions League may have just suited them. You as a Pirates fan, you still upset about that CAF Champions League exit?
Yes, I am. We were semi-finalists.
Not with the title?
Yeah, look, I'm happy with the title, but we could have gotten far, right?
Orbit College still with that solitary shot at goal. They've not been good enough to survive a Betway Premiership and find themselves stone last on goal difference alone. Elsewhere across the grounds, Sekhukhune United have equalized against Siwelele, securing Durban City in the top 8 position. Congratulations, Durban City, a top 8 finish.
Yeah.
Newly promoted side.
They've done well.
Change your name, change your badge, win a Nedbank Cup, and have an opportunity at an MTN8 next season.
Yeah, it was a good season for them.
And the Betway Premiership Hookah Pipe Trophy will be Orlando Pirates shortly.
Oh, that trophy. Something else.
1 minute remaining. David Dunn saying, one more goal, come on. And bring the flag back. Bring the flag back.
Yeah, no.
Says David. Once again, thanks for joining us here on the stream. All of you, we appreciate every single one. Slightly more wastefulness for Orlando Pirates. It's becoming more and more meaningless as the clock goes on and we hit the 90th minute mark.
Yeah, I just saw Dion Horto playing with the ball a bit there and then pulling the bone sign there just to entice the fan there. I'm sure the mood there is electrifying.
Oh, it must be absolutely electric in the stadium. You see it full. Packed house. Orlando Pirates fans.
Yeah, and the ticket were not cheap. I think this team Orbit Collage just decided to take it there and just let's cash out as we bow out.
Let's cash out as we bow out.
I mean, it was like $100 a ticket, eh?
4 minutes of added time at the end of the game.
I
Orlando Pirates 4 minutes away from winning a Betway Premiership title. And we haven't spoken about this enough.
No,
It's a treble. It's a domestic treble.
it's a domestic trouble.
You know, this Betway Premiership,
It was almost a clean sweep, eh?
Orbit College seeming to just protect the ball. They've given up completely.
Mm.
They have no ambitions of scoring a goal.
They did not come here with ambitions to score goals.
Not at all. And I suppose all they can do is sit around and hope that Richards Bay do them a favor.
Yeah.
Which, as things stand, is not coming.
And time is running out for them.
The sun is about to set on their time in the Betway Premiership, and they'll have to pick up their socks and go again next season and try to find their way back.
They're going
to
to have
the
to
big
go back
time.
and study.
Yeah. Study what went wrong over college.
Yeah.
Although, based on the evidence of this game, there was a flash from Cotto. He might be one of those players who finds himself in the Betway Premiership in a different color.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's talented. He's definitely talented.
Sibele Bele's had a great season. I mean,
What
I
a
think
season.
that tackle
What a
actually
debut
sums him up.
season. Yeah.
He's like a bulldog. He chases after everything.
Bro, this
And
guy,
more
he
times
plays
than
as a
not.
fullback, as a winger.
Yeah.
When we are taking, he's up there. When we're defending, he's down there.
He's got an incredible engine. He's
he's
very
got it.
talented player. And he has thrived in this makeshift fullback position of his. And he looks like a natural. Even though it's not necessarily his preferred position, is it? 2 minutes between Orlando Pirates. 2 goals between Orlando Pirates and Orbit College. And the second Betway Premiership season is about to come to a close. Orlando Pirates will be celebrating long into the night tonight. If you are in Soweto this evening, keep it safe. But boy, oh boy, just enjoy it.
Yeah, no, pump that champagne. Or pump. Pop, ne?
Pop that champagne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like we said,
Pump
Durban,
something else, but
hey. Maybe that's after some champagne celebrations.
Yeah.
But big smiles on the faces of Oswin Napoli's Andre de Jong and those who find themselves on the bench. Not a single bum in a seat in the stadium today. We are seconds away right now. Literally seconds away from Orlando Pirates being crowned the champions of South Africa.
Yeah.
The champions once again of the PSL, now the Betway Premiership. Simpo China. He's had a tremendous season as well, and he will be more than likely given the opportunity to represent his country on the world stage. Not necessarily in the first 11, but he will be there with the squad, we believe. And a wasted ball into touch, which will matter very little. Coach Wadu, that man over there.
Yeah, no, he has delivered. You know, I mean, it's been 14 years of trying for Orlando Pirates, and to finally have it. Though I still have my reservations in this season. I think Pirates could have been very, very dominant, and that's it. Orlando Pirates are Betway Premiership champions. Well done.
Congratulations, my friend.
And then I can
Congratulations,
wave my
Lali.
flag.
Congratulations to those of a black and red influence. The streets of Soweto will be buzzing after the match, says Andres.
Orlando will
Absolutely
be a buzz today. They've done it.
right. David Dunn with the big celebrations there behind the scenes. It's every Bafana player's dream to one day play for Orlando Pirates.
That is true.
Congratulations to Orlando Pirates fans, staff, chairman. They did it. Congratulations, Orlando Pirates, Betway Premiership champions. They have been crowned. It is official. They left it to the last day. They wanted the drama somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They should have wrapped this up.
And maybe that's why I'm bittersweet about. I'm happy, but I wanted them to do the business at Orlando. They had no business to give their fans another 7 years. Another 7 days of anxiety.
Another 7 years of aging after that.
Yeah, no, definitely, because it was just too much.
Who deserves it more than this boy? Really, more for King.
Oh, the star of African football, man.
He deserves the Betway Premiership title, and don't be surprised to see a big Mamelodi Sundowns offer coming in for him.
Sure, I would die if you were to cross.
It will be very difficult to convince Orlando Pirates to sell him on, especially to immediate rivals like Mamelodi Sundowns. Well, would you look at that? Celebrations
all over.
All round.
You see the media liaison, Tandy, just being all happy out there.
Evidence Machopa. Not the impact we expected from him off the bench.
Nah.
It matters absolutely nil at the moment. And full time around the grounds.
And
Maruma Gallant's
21
safe.
clean sheets.
Maruma Gallant's officially safe, and they will be in the Betway Premiership regardless, because Magesi, as things stand, are the team heading to the playoffs. Amazulu still leading Durban City as that goes into stoppage time. Sikakune and Siwalele locked level at 2-0. And that is it. Magesi, full time. Magesi, safe. Orbit College, relegated.
It's done for Orbit College.
It's done. It's official. Kaizer Chiefs lose their final game of the season.
Man.
Hugely disappointing.
However,
it had very little bearing on the result of the season.
Look, you want to finish high, you know.
Yeah, you want to.
I don't think those two co-coaches would want to finish the league with a loss, because obviously I don't care who says what, Marco. I think they're ambitious enough to want to be appointed as full permanent coaches.
Permanent coaches, yeah. And you have to say to yourself, that's looking less and less likely. If the media narrative is to be believed, the announcement of a new coach will be imminent for Kaizer Chiefs.
Yep.
So they've been doing their homework already. They've been hunting for that replacement in an attempt to find the man that can take Kaizer Chiefs back to the lofty heights that they expect of themselves. But today is all about Orlando Pirates. Devastating for Orbit College. I mean, you feel for any side who gets relegated.
Yeah, definitely.
They simply weren't good enough. And I think they're fortunate to escape with only conceding the two own goals that they conceded. Their own worst enemies. Is that the Man of the Match award?
Yeah, Silepe. Paying the coach for his belief.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
and then he takes the mic.
Yeah.
What a youngster.
Betway Man of the Match. Congratulations to Silepe. For me, watching the game, I thought Oswin Napolis was the standout player, but
the boy's close to tears, eh?
Oh, it looks like he's already crying.
Yeah, he's crying. Look, he received a lot of criticism from the previous game, you know, and I think it's an emotional one. You can see
yeah, the team's all behind him. It's a very, very happy camp there in Orlando. And yeah, they're right to celebrate as profusely as they are. They deserve it. And congratulations to Orlando Pirates as the tears begin to flow even stronger now.
Yeah. What a massive, massive game for him, you know. And I mean, for him to be injured and not been playing, to come back to play at a very crucial game against Durban City. And I mean, obviously, a lot of fans, when the results are not coming, they tend to look to whom they can blame, right? You know, and he was sort of like used as a scapegoat the previous game, right? And for him to come out and become a man of the match, I think he has done tremendously well. And again, he just proves the coach that he sees something that we don't.
Congratulations, Buccaneers.
Up the box.
Thank you so much, as always, for joining us. Thank you for your comments there in the chat. And we look forward to bringing you more of these watch-alongs in future. It's been a tremendous season. It's been a long, hard-fought season. And who doesn't like a little bit of final day drama?
No, look, it's always good. I mean, from footballing perspective, if you're a neutral, this is what you want. If you are on the other side, not wanting Paris to win, I mean, going today, it was quite interesting to see if they can come out and be victorious, and if not, you celebrate as well. So there was a lot at stake, and it's the best of Betway Premiership. This is what we want. Unpredictability, and like I said, the previous game, I think everybody thought Paris is gonna do the business in Orlando, and they failed to do that at a packed Amstel Arena. Overpacked even.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you that this league, it's well packaged. This league is entertaining. This league, it's everything that you want.
Absolutely. The final standings of the Betway Premiership 25-26 season. Orlando Pirates, winners with 69 points.
Yeah, no.
Mamelodi Sundowns narrowly missing out after what's not their best season in terms of their lofty standards.
Yeah.
On 68 points. Kaizer Chiefs securing a third place spot. Contextually, a good improvement on where they stood last season, especially considering the good fight and the good performance they put in the CAF Champions League as well. Disappointing to not maintain the standards in the Nedbank Cup and be able to defend that title on their way to third position this season, but a springboard for better things to come. We as Kaizer Chiefs Corsi fans hope. AmaZulu secured themselves in fourth position, a top four, nothing to joke about. AmaZulu have been a formidable force in the Betway Premiership this season. Sekhukhune United, well, they fought back today, and maybe it's a sign of things to come again next season. They started the season tremendously well. A little bit of mid-season turmoil shifted their season around a little bit, but fifth position brings some bragging rights for the ambitions of a club like Sekhukhune United. Golden Arrows wrapping up the top six in sixth position on 41 points. Polokwane City out of action today. Of course, they had to play their fixture early due to Mamelodi Sundowns commitments on the continent. They finish in seventh position and find themselves in an MTN8 slot again next season. Their reward for that would mean that their first game in that MTN8 is against Mamelodi Sundowns. Durban City in the top 8. Congratulations to them, Nedbank Cup champions. Top 8 finish.
So who's Paris playing in the MTN 8?
It will be Durban City.
They finish 8th.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
I believe Mamelodi Sundowns will play Polokwane City. Kaizer Chiefs will play Golden Arrows, and AmaZulu and Sekhukhune United will be there. Polokwane City, Mamelodi Sundowns, probably the standout fixture from that group there in the MTN8 next season. However, we have a World Cup between then and now to focus on. Continuing down the list as we make our way to the bottom half of the Betway Premiership season this season. Siwelele, followed by Stellenbosch FC. Of course, Stellenbosch with a change in fortunes for them this season. It was looking tremendously perilous for them in the early stages of the season. We certainly expect more of them come next season as they look to find themselves back in not only MTN 8 contention, but in competing on the continent once again. Richards Bay in 11th position. They were unable to save Orbit Collage. And of course, they were on the beach, as we said, and there was always that risk for Orbit Collage as Richards Bay have nothing to play for. TS Galaxy, oh boy, up and down and changing managers, and now Bernard Parker at the helm. They found themselves in a Nedbank Cup final, but they found themselves in 12th position with a silver medal. TS Galaxy, of course, not the wealthiest club in the Betway Premiership. Financial restraint is required, and that's probably not the worst position to be in. The opportunity to just pick yourselves up and go again next season. Chippa United, a mainstay in the Betway Premiership. The Chile Boys finishing off the season with a win against Kaizer Chiefs. That's always nice to have in the bag. They do normally find themselves beating Orlando Pirates in the past. However, this season, that wasn't as easy to come by as we see Orlando Pirates win the trophy. Maruma Gallants, safe, completely safe. They will be in the Betway Premiership next season in 14th position as they finish a point ahead of Magesi and Orbit Collage. Today's point was extremely important for them, and they salvaged themselves a position
Yeah,
in
look,
the
I mean,
Betway Premiership next season.
Marumo Gallants is a team that, look, I think the owners there, they'll be happy with the fact that they remain in the Betway Premiership because they've had some issues with, I think, the status and all of that they bought from Rogala Swallows. There were some issues, I'm sure they would want to see themselves back in contention in Premier League. I mean, going down would have had some serious financial implications for them.
Absolutely. Magesi found themselves in a very happy position today because they were staring down the barrel that we've spoken about over and over again today of relegation. They now have a chance to salvage their status in the Betway Premiership, in the elite, illustrious Betway Premiership, the pinnacle of South African club football. Magesi have an opportunity against Milford and against Cape Town City to salvage their Betway Premiership status, and today was critically important for them. And then sadly, Orbit Collage will be replaced in the Betway Premiership immediately with Kruger United, who finished the season 8 points above their nearest opposition. Kruger United, champions of the Motsepe Foundation. They will be in the Betway Premiership next season.
They've done well. I mean, 8 points clear. I mean, that's clean.
In terms of South African club football,
that's clean.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. They've done well.
It's a wrap. Now we have continental matters to focus on tomorrow. Mamelodi Sundowns, all the best to you.
Yeah.
Condolences for today, of course, for all of Sundowns fans.
Hey, man, I think they didn't do themselves a favor as well, by not winning that last game.
Yeah, the TS Galaxy game is actually what buried them because...
it buried them because they won that game. Pirates was under tremendous pressure and Durban City could have just done the job for them.
It would have been finished already.
It would have been done. Would have been talking a different language had they won that game.
Look, even a draw wouldn't have been enough because the goal difference between the two sides. So if I have a look at that log from the goal difference standpoint...
Yeah, and also, Mark,
look, I'm not the only one on this website. It's very slow today.
Yeah, I was saying also, it's easier for us on hindsight to say that maybe the league would have wrapped up, and I think part of Pirates going into that game and drawing, it's because of the pressure that knowing that they win the league, it's wrapped. Maybe if Sundowns had won, maybe Pirates would have approached that game with ease, just knowing that they just want to win and go do their job, knowing that they still have to play this game to be crowned, So that added pressure do play a role.
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely, it does. Unlike Mamelodi Sundowns drop points at the end of a season, but you as a Pirates fan, you're not complaining, are you?
No, you can't complain about that. You can't complain about that. I mean, the reality of the matter is that Pirates did well, to push Mamelodi Sundowns all the way, right? And when Mamelodi Sundowns slipped up for the last time, Pirates capitalized, and that's what you need.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. I mean, Mamelodi Sundowns are a good side, and then over the past years, we could see that they will give us that slight opportunity. They will slip up there and there, but not in a manner in which they did this season. And had Pirates not won the league this season, I was gonna be disappointed because there were so many instances to grab this league and actually finish it off.
If you look at the goals conceded for Mamelodi Sundowns, unlike them, 21 goals conceded. Orlando Pirates, only 12 goals conceded across the whole season.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Tells your story of Sundowns this season.
It's a 30-game season to concede 12 goals. Yeah. Well done. And that, more than anything, is actually the difference between being champions and not, because as much as they are the biggest goals threat in the Betway Premiership this season, over the course of the whole season, they only scored 1 goal more than Mamelodi Sundowns.
Wow.
So, in some ways, it was a title built on fairly good defending.
Yeah, look, it was a good. It was a good season for Orlando Pirates, only losing 3 games in the Betway Premiership, and the first 2 games was, I don't think it's a games that we should have lost. I think a coach was trying to try something different, and he realized very quick that whatever he's trying to implement is not going to happen instantly, and reverted back to what was working. Hence, we lost those 2 games, and the other game that Orlando Pirates lost was to Mamelodi Sundowns. That was played at FNB, our Orlando Pirates home game. So I think Paris did tremendously well. They've positioned themselves to actually topple Mamelodi Sundowns should they slip, and they did exactly that.
Yeah, the best attack in the league against the worst defense in the league today. And Orlando Pirates beating Orbit College. We should have expected it. However, I suppose today, besides the 2 own goals, it wasn't that clear cut for Orlando Pirates. And like we said, there were concerns on finishing off games and finishing off the opportunities you create. And Orlando Pirates, a tremendously creative side, and that goals for stat for Orlando Pirates really should have been much, much higher. However, when you've won the title, there's no extra prize for scoring more goals.
No, there's no extra prize for playing beautiful football as well.
There's no extra prize.
No.
Ask Arsenal.
Yeah.
The trophy's the same color.
It's the same color. Yeah.
So congratulations to Orlando Pirates. We await the lifting of the trophy only. But that is a wrap of the Betway Premiership season.
That's done. We'll miss the Betway Premiership, but the break is needed for everybody that is in football, but
Very short break for very many of these Orlando Pirates players. They will be on a plane to the United States, Mexico, and Canada.
Yeah.
And they have the first fixture on the 11th of July, if I recall correctly.
That's probably jetting off this week, eh?
Yeah, so they'll be leaving imminently.
Yeah, they're probably going to be jetting off this week. I mean...
Yeah, so...
It's crazy. At worst, they're probably going to have a week. I mean, not at worst, at most, rather.
Andres, thank you for your comments once again. Ichle Pupo. My apologies. It's 8 black. It's 8 black is the translation. Yadla Enyama. Am I saying that correctly?
Let me check for you.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to pronounce that for me. Congratulations to you, Buccaneer, on your championship trophy. Andres, I agree with you. All the best to Mamelodi Sundowns tomorrow. Today we celebrate Pirates. Tomorrow we might celebrate Downs. What a time to be a South African. Couldn't agree more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I see the comment that you're referring from Elihle Pupo, entertain. Yeah, entertain. Oh, yeah. Okay, it means yadla emnyama. Meaning direct translation, loosely so.
Yeah.
The black, sort of like the Buccaneers are eating.
Yeah.
Yadla means eating. Yeah.
I get it. Andres, thank you so much. It was a fun time. Love your comments and everything as well. And thank you so much for appreciating all the work we've put into this. We appreciate you so very much. And that is a wrap. 20 million rand from Betway to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Just about the price of one single player, but anyway, it's nice to have that extra money in the bank.
Yeah. Look,
guys,
they make money elsewhere.
Make money elsewhere.
Yeah, this is just to say thank you for the work you've put through the entire season and actually lifting the trophy.
Massive win. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you to you more than anything. Thank you so much for joining us. I have been Marco Martins.
I am Larry. I can't even pronounce my name. I am Lalo Musuphi, and I'm a champion.
Hey, congratulations, Buccaneer. Congratulations, champion. We are out. Danko.
Means thank you.